Hello, everyone, and welcome back to my channel. And happy Martin Luther King Day. Today, I'm going to be talking about a brand new stock, a stock that is trending a lot in the investing community, and some are even calling it the baby Palantir. So, I put on my little Palantir hat. We're going to review this company, and at the end, I'm going to tell you if I'm buying it, if I'm holding, or if I'm waiting on this company. So, this company is called OSS, One Stop Systems. OSS is a leader and innovator in rugged, high performance computing solutions for the demanding edge. These hardware and software platforms bring the latest data center performance to harsh and challenging applications, whether they're on land, sea, or in the air. So they're pretty much taking a data center GPU or an NVIDIA GPU and bringing it to be portable in areas where connection to the cloud is not that suitable because we don't want to lag, or an area where we want split second decisions, where we want a high performance computer on board in a portable, let's say a tank, so that way it can make high split second decisions. So that's what pretty much OSS is for. They have these cooling technologies where they could cool the NVIDIA GPU with either liquid cooling or air cooling. They're very, very good, and they're meant to be in very durable situations, like inside an M1 Abrams tank. So One Stop Systems, as you can see here, it had a little bit of a run recently because, as we could talk about, the investing community has figured it out and saw it, but it is still a very, very small market cap company. It's only a $261 million market cap. So very, very small market cap. Usually I don't invest in these companies because they could go out of business very, very quickly. Some of the solutions that they have, these are the ones that they put inside these vehicles, the airplanes, or whatever they need. So this is kind of pretty much the portable data centers. And some of the domains that they are working with, especially for the military. So they're working on the air, and that's like pretty much a data center in the sky. They're using to where you need to make split second decisions. Let's say you're in an aircraft, somebody's firing a missile at you. They got to figure out right away. We don't want to be connected to the cloud and have a potential any lagging information that needs to be done in a split second. So these scenarios, you want a pretty much a high performance computer, a data center, a little data center inside of these aircrafts. And they're also used for drones and unmanned vehicles. Also on seas for submarines. You need a high performance computer on these submarines because you need split second decisions. You need something that goes, we see a threat, this is how we're going to answer it right away. And also for the unmanned underwater vehicles. And for land, this is where all that comes in, especially what we talked about on the tanks and the vehicles, everything like that, where we need a connection to high performance computing, where in areas where you're say in the desert, you're not really connected to the cloud much, and there's not that much of a strong signal. You need a high performance computer inside these vehicles, autonomous tanks, mobile radar platforms, all that stuff. And they're also in the commercial aspect as well. These systems are meant to be rugged. They're meant to withstand salt, pressure, vibration. So they're very good for an oil rig, for instance. And the mining business it needs to be very rugged. It needs to be always collecting data, and that way they figure out where they're going to be mining on the next position. Is this area suitable? Are these and also in mining, there's a lot of autonomous vehicles as well. So they're using that a lot for that. And also, what I found very interesting, it is highly used in the medical field, mostly, like I say, in the CAT scan machines or X-ray machines, where you need this a lot of compute power to figure out, does this patient have cancer? Is this a tumor? And it helps the doctors pretty much set an additional eyes so they don't miss a proper diagnosis. And then for right here, they are huge in autonomous vehicles. As we know, trucking is going to become autonomous eventually. We've seen companies like Tesla and other major companies are trying to make trucking into an autonomous beast, pretty much. With these things, they need split-second decisions. You're talking about multi-ton vehicle that are driving down the highway at 65 miles per hour, and the car cuts it off. We don't want to be connected to the cloud, and there's a lag, and next thing you know, is a major accident. We want a little data center inside that truck, and that's where OSS comes in. And OSS is one of the biggest in the business when it comes to rugged, pretty much high performance computers. They have partners with the best companies out there, as you can see here in NVIDIA, Intel, Broadcom, Semicomputers. And if you look here, we have Microsoft, we have Apple, there's even Micron on here. So OSS is pretty much integrated with the best solutions there is to take that need portable. As you can see here, Microsoft and AMD. So the little projection this company has, it was in 2025, we want to return to growth and profitability. So we'll take a look to see if that was something that they have accomplished or not. Because remember, with these very small companies, they could go out of business very quickly, and also they could increase and become very profitable, and their market cap starts to expand very, very quickly. As we talked about here, this company is only $261 million market cap. That means just the size of the company is $261 million. They could get a contract from the United States Navy or the United States Army for 100 million or 200 million. And next thing you know, that stock doubles or triples because they just got so much profit at once. So if we took a look at the balance sheet, this is for the past few quarters. Net income is negative of $3 million, negative of $2 million. And that is net income. Remember, that is the profit after everything is spent and everything like that. They're actually losing money. They're losing $2 million. And if we come here to September of 2025, they have finally became profitable, and it kind of goes on track to what they were predicting. And the profit is not that insane. It is only $263,000 of profit, but this company is in the early stages. Kind of when I invested in Palantir before they were even profitable. And sometimes if you find these companies, these hidden gems at these opportunities, that's when you can make a lot of money. So people have been comparing it to Palantir, and what is the synergy between OSS and Palantir? So I made a little X post. I highly recommend you follow me on X. So the synergy between Palantir and OSS. Think about Palantir as the brain, and the OSS is pretty much that pick and shovel. Palantir is the brain because it is the software that causes logic through AIP and Foundry. It provides the intelligence and integrating massive data to make split-second decisions. It is the genius that tells the machines what to do. And OSS is that pick and shovel. It is the hardware. You can't run the brain in a vacuum. You could run it inside of an OSS high-performance computer. It is the shovel that allows AI to function outside of a cozy data center. So now we're inside of a tank. We need this. It has a 360 camera. It's seeing threats through all about. OSS is that computer, and Palantir is that software that tells the operator what to do, strike where, run where, hide where, in split-second decisions. So OSS, it has an NVIDIA-powered GPU. They use NVIDIA GPUs and NVLink to bring massive processing power to the tactical edge. It is built for chaos. Their system is rugged. It's not like these Dell systems or HPC or any other of these computers are inside of data centers. It is rugged. It is meant to survive extreme heat, shock, and vibration, kind of inside of a tank. You're going to be in extreme heat. It's going to be a lot of shock every time a cannon goes off, and a lot of vibration, of course. So it is meant to be extremely portable. A power that fits in a tank, a fighter jet, or even inside of a drone. So they're using a lot of these systems inside of swarm drones, so when they attack their opponent. So if you really want to think about it, Palantir is that pure play software, which results in very, very high margins, massive scale, and focus on logic. So you could take Palantir and just pretty much put it into any computer. Well, OSS, it is the computer. It is the little machine. It is the GPU, and is meant for kind of not you can't spread it as much as Palantir because since it's a software, this has to be made for a purpose like a tank, a fighter jet, oil rigs, medical facilities, like for CAT scan solutions. So the bottom line, Palantir needs a home, and hardware is needs a purpose. So OSS needs a purpose, and Palantir is that purpose. Palantir wins when the world gets smarter, and OSS wins when the smartness has to go mobile and the harshest environments on Earth. So, with that being said, what am I doing with One Stop Systems? Am I buying? Am I holding? What am I doing? So, recently, when I started doing this research into this company, it has been very, very appealing. And as you can see here, it was in the low dollars. But they have been making a lot of progress. They have been making a lot of contracts with the Navy, the Army, and many other military sources, and also commercial spaces like the oil rigs. But as you can see here, we had a recent massive dip. I mean, a massive spike into the stock price. So that's when everybody started figuring it out. So I'm letting that kind of hype die down a little bit. I'm looking for the stock price to go down into the $8 range, and that's when I'm gonna be buying. I'm not gonna buy heavily or originally because I remember what we talked about. There's a lot of risk with this company because it's only a $261 million market cap. It could go out of business very, very quickly. But there's a lot of alpha in this company, and with the whole war talks and everything like that with Iran and Greenland and etc., the military is expanding their budget very, very heavily, and there's going to be a lot of funding going into systems like this. Especially, this is the best system for high performance computing to be portable. So yeah, Palantir and OSS don't really have a partnership together, but they do work together throughout the missions and to achieve mission accomplishments. So I'm thinking about maybe when the stock goes around $8 a share, I'm gonna start buying just a little bit, watch the earnings, and rest with this company because right now I am actually very, very impressed with it. But I want to see more progress and more contracts to come along. So maybe I'll start loading up a lot more, but I hope this helps, and I'll see you on the next one.